Hello everybody and welcome to the Alpha X Arena. It's our second edition and we're just into the Veto phase of our first semi-final. Our first match will be Xenodactyl versus Owen. So PvP to start off the day. It's gonna be a best of 3 and a best of 5 final. So pretty short, pretty sweet for our second week. We're just waiting for the players to start banning. So Kairos and Kingscove out right now. By the way, I'm Acontistes. I'll be doing this weekly. And once a month there will be a small surprise. You will see. You will see. So Automaton has been banned too by Xeno, who is a fan of cannon rushes. So it makes sense. Automaton is not a good rush map. Deciding right now the first map of this series, and it's gonna be on Port Alexander. Game's going a bit slow today, I don't know why actually. Yeah, ping is good. Guess it happens. So our first map, as I said, will be Port Alexander, not Port 1. Yeah, Port Alexander. So this is an interesting map for PvP. It's a show map, but it can even lead to some macro games. So who knows, actually, who knows. No need to be a referee for this match. So we're almost ready to start our first match of the day. Gonna check real quick if our players are ready. And we're hopping into game 1. Good luck, have fun to our producers. So we have 3 products. They're gonna be Xeno, Owen and Kaino, our current champion. And just 1 Terran, actually. He's Potato Pleb. Well, he will surprise you. He's actually a pretty good player. And here we are, already in game 1 on Port Alexander. Here, spawning in the bottom right corner, we have our purple Protoss. His name is Owen. Here in the top left corner, who knows if he will make a forge first. We have our Teal Protoss player. He's Xenodactyl. No forge first. Everything is still pretty standard right now. So I was thinking about a gas steal, actually, by Owen, who's just really trying to be annoying with his probe. No forge first by both players. Actually, a pylon here. Maybe to make Xeno fear a forge first. So some land games are going on right now. Nothing too big, just let me put on the music. Pylon has been cancelled, second gate going for Xeno, while at the same time Owen is going for a Wolof on the high ground and a Cybernetics core. So PvP is a pretty fun matchup because I actually think it can lead to some crazy aggressive builds. And is this a total Wolof? Yeah, I think it is. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah, it is not. Many times I've seen PvP start and finish on just one base. Here Xeno is wanting to be annoying with this probe, like Owen did. A Stalker first, actually Stalker first for both players, 2 Stalkers. Their builds are basically identical right now. This probe is just sitting here next to the Nexus, feeling comfy. Really incredible how those players are just basically doing the same thing. Actually, we have a change right here. We have a Sentry for Owen, who decided not to go for the 2 Stalkers strategy that our Teal Protoss decided to go for. So we have actually a proxy Twilight Council, maybe leading into a Dark Shrine. This probably will go down, but not before having dropped a pylon to delay Owen's natural Stargate for Owen, so no Robo. This is gonna lead to some pretty interesting outcomes, actually. If this Twilight is for a Dark Shrine, it's gonna be there are actually gonna be problems for Owen. Since no Robo first means no Observer yet. No Forge, yeah, it's a Dark Shrine. It's a Dark Shrine. Yeah, so the game has suddenly become really interesting. Good scouting by Xeno. They didn't see a Robo. Stargate is gonna finish now. Maybe Oracle first will lead to some sweet outcomes with some good reveal. And it's an Oracle first, actually. So I think Owen is still gonna have the reveal. Nexus in the nut for Owen and Nexus in the nut for Xeno. A pretty standard opening for both players that has developed actually into very different transitions. We have a Darkshrine over here and a Stargate over here for Xeno, for Owen, sorry. 2 gateways each. They're both making another gateway, and Robo has been dropped by both those players at the same time. I think this Oracle will actually come really, 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 really close. And I think he actually scouted it. He actually scouted it. This is interesting. Oracle is coming back to make sure this is a Darkshrine. Good scout by Owen. Really good one. So the Shades are trying to get into the main base, but a good pylon block over here is gonna delay it. Shade actually go through. Those Adepts are just gonna die, actually. No way they can escape those Stalkers. He tries to get another probe, but he actually don't manage to do it. Stalkers on the run after seeing the Oracle. Here another Adept is making his way into the opponent's base, but he's gonna just die. So 2 probes have died for Owen. That is quite an advantage. The Observer has came out. So I don't think those Dark Templars will actually do any real damage after being scouted. Those 2 Stalkers are gonna try to destroy the proxy. A Forge is coming for Xeno, but he really wants to deal a lot of damage with those Dark Templars over here, since it's gonna be really, really, really hard to transition into something else. 2 Observers for Owen that has reacted perfectly to this aggression. Just 1 probe is gonna die to these Dark Templars, no Stalkers, and meanwhile the proxy is gonna be denied. Great advantage in workers and in army supply for Owen. That is really, really too much ahead right now. The Oracle is here to defend the Stalkers. The Twilight Council is being built again by Xeno alongside Templar Archives. So Xeno wants to go Immortals, but he actually has to find some comeback mechanic, because this army by Owen is actually pretty scary. 8 Stalkers against 2 Stalkers and a Dark Templar with a worker advantage. Darkshrine is gonna go down, a Stasis Ward has been dropped. Owen has a big advantage and he has to press on right now before Xeno can get up and running with his economy. So the Oracle is gonna try to scout for some aggression. This Dark Templar actually gets through and he can deal some serious damage, I think. 1 Observer is here. Where is the other Observer? He's on the base, but there's nothing here to defend it. The Oracle get in, and so do the Stalkers. This is gonna be the fight of the game. Nothing to defend the base for Xeno. Probes have been transferred to the main base. Those Stalkers are just gonna wreck the Immortal right now. GG has been called. Xeno has been defeated and Owen gets game 1 after an excellent scouting, an excellent reaction to the proxy Darkshrine. Really good stuff by Owen. That really manages to get a smooth victory in game 1 of the series. We're gonna wait right now for a second map to be decided by Owen. We have some Xeno fans in the chat, but sadly his proxy Dark Templar strategy has not worked out against the excellent scouting by Owen. So Owen is deciding between Cyber Forest and New Repugnancy. The last two maps after the vetoes. And what is our winning Protoss choice? It's making some suspense over here. I'd like to see Cyber Forest, actually. Another shot map, and it's gonna be New Repugnancy. Well, who knows? Maybe we'll get to Game 3, actually. So, the second map will be New Repugnancy, and Owen will try to close the deal on the map of his choice. So we're almost ready to get into Game 2 of our first series. Xeno is ready and Owen is ready. Good luck, have fun to our two players. Who knows, maybe Xeno will take Owen to Game 3, or maybe Owen will close the deal 2-0 right now. Some problems. What is this? All good. And here we are into Game 2 of our series. Here, leading... Wait, no. Well, not 20-0, actually. Here, in the top right corner, leading for 1-0 against Xenodactyl. He is our purple Protoss. His name is Owen. Some terror music for a PvP. Sounds good. Here instead, in the lower left corner of New Repugnancy, we have our teal Protoss already getting a Forge first. He is Xenodactyl. So, what's gonna be the reaction? Interesting pylon. No vision yet on it. Yeah, and the cannon rush has been called by Owen that actually realizes what is going on. The pylon is gonna go down. Here is a wall by Xeno. Actually, probes are gonna go through. Can he will himself in? He can't. The Pope is going to die, actually. But another Protoss came in and hits a wall. Photon cannon has been dropped. Another pylon. Incredible wall by Xeno, showing his cannon rushing skills. This pylon is probably gonna go down soon. But the probe on the high ground actually gets another pylon down to get the high vision. The low ground probe is gonna die, but the cannon is gonna finish. Pylon on the high ground, another pylon on the high ground. Photon cannon almost died, but actually the Zealot has been killed by the cannon. Cannon goes down, but still two pylons here. Another cannon being dropped, but he can't. The probe is almost dead. Two probes died for Owen. And this is really tense. Few HPs left for this probe that is actually just buying time. 1 HP is gonna go down soon, and it goes down. The Wolf gonna delay a bit of Owen's strategies, a bit of mining time as well, but these pylons are just gonna go down. Two more probes are gonna get into Owen's base. Who knows what will happen over here. Two pylons well established here in Owen's base, one on the high ground. It's gonna go die soon, but here, Photon cannon and the gateway. Another time, our teal Protoss wants to wall his probe in, and he does, and he actually does. Probe on the high ground again. Two zealots are gonna come out, trying to get the pylon. They are gonna be walled out of their base. Two pylons being dropped and the probe is on the run. Another pylon, the probe is gonna get surrounded. It will die, but those pylons gonna manage to power up the photon cannon and the gateway. This is gonna be really hard to stop. Another pylon has been dropped, the photon cannon is gonna die. A lot of things by Xeno have been dropped right now. 3 pylons on the high ground. And another pylon, another photon cannon actually, has been hidden over here. He can't manage to get another cannon yet, but his pylons on the high ground are gonna do stuff to another 2 photon cannons. This is a really tense game right now. Xeno is basically all in. So many cannons, so many pylons, no follow-up. A cybernetic core gets down right now, but I don't think he can get up on his feet after this failed cannon rush. Really good answer by Owen, that has managed to get a huge advantage. Another for the cannon, but he will not go down. He will be destroyed really quickly, no cancel. Those pylons are gonna be down. And here a photon cannon to defend his nexus, but I actually think that with this robot, our purple Protoss has almost closed the deal. Huge advantage, 4 workers to ahead, 8 army to 0. He gets out of his base and he just wants to push ahead. Or maybe not yet. This balance is just, well, I think it's some scouting information, no big deal, but it's nice to get him. Actually gets a supply block by destroying that pylon. This is a bigger deal than I anticipated. No pylon yet for Xeno. That is gonna be supply blocked for quite some time. Here he drops one, but Owen's army is gonna get in real quick. And I don't think there will be enough for Xeno to deflect this push. Here a shield battery, a cannon and another pylon. This adept will take some damage, but all the Sulkers and Zealots will just be too much. Adept is on the run, almost gets sniped by those Stalkers. Shield battery doing some work, but he finds a spot that he's actually not defending. The Adept will die and so will many probes. I think Owen has done it. RoboBay dropped by Xeno, but his probes are on the run. No energy left for the shield battery. The Robo facility is gonna get destroyed soon. Here a Stalker comes for Xeno, but this is too much. He has to pull all of his probes to try and surround the Stalkers, and actually I think he can't defend this. I hear a mass recall by Owen, and he actually holds this. 12 workers lead for Owen. No RoboBay for Xeno, that is just stubbornly resisting to all Owen has did until now. Has done, sorry. Here Xeno wants to push out. He knows this is the time, now or never, but I don't think 2 Stalkers and an Adept can really beat this army. No shield battery for Owen, but huge economy, huge production, and overall a better army. Xeno knows it's now or never, but he can't actually do anything, and probably GG is gonna get called soon. Here the Adept die, the Stalker die, all those Stalkers have died right now. The Nexus has been cancelled. Maybe can go for a wall of here on the high ground to try and deflect once again. Here sentries instead of the wall of some force fields are gonna get the job done. While an Immortal is trying to shred those Stalkers from behind the high ground. But Stalkers actually get up on the ramp, no force field by Xeno that loses both his sentries and is forced to GG. Smooth victory by Owen that gets game 2 and the series as well with a smooth 2-0. Great games by those players. A pretty intense cannon rush has been really well deflected by Owen. Well done to both players for showcasing some real skills over here. So we just want to get into the other finals. We're waiting for Kaino. So it could take some time. Kaino has had some issues actually. So Kaino has had some small issues at his plays, but I think he will be up in time for this match. So we're just gonna change the scores for Xeno versus Owen with a smooth 2-0 by Owen. Ooh, and probably Kaino has to forfeit. He's had some issues and he probably can't be there. So maybe Potato will get a walkover. It's pretty sad for a small tournament, but those things can actually happen even to the best. It's sad that our champion actually can't defend his crown with his amazing performance by last week. I can give him some time, but I cannot give him the whole day. Let's see if he actually wants to forfeit. I will just tell the others what has just happened. Well, we're just gonna wait a bit for Kaino to oh well, it might be up actually. So we're gonna hop into a TVP probably, if Kaino manages actually to get his connection. Actually, but it is a bit scared by playing against Owen. But Owen played really good both those matches. He really showed some nerves of steel in dealing with that cannon rush. Most players would have had no idea how to deal with all those pylons, all those cannons, all those wall-offs. Really well done by Owen that didn't lose his grip. So we're actually gonna get a walkover in the match of Kaino versus Owen. Sorry, Kaino versus Potato Pleb. So we're gonna get straight into the finals. It's gonna be a TVP. So Potato Pleb versus Owen. Deciding on the server is going to be a best of 5 actually, so just 2 maps vetoed overhaul. We're gonna decide the server and the maps as soon as Owen hops in. So this is gonna be hard. Owen is from Great Britain and it's actually English, and Potato is from Korea. So we're gonna get a bit of luck probably. I think Central will be fine. Oh, maybe West, I don't know. A 287 ping, it's fine for Owen apparently. I think it's a bit too much. Well, yeah, Central is the better idea, yeah. So we're gonna play on Central. Ping is pretty similar. So what's gonna be our first veto for today's finals? Paul Alexander is out of the question. It's gonna be a best of 5. I will remember my players. No, I'll just tell him later. So first map is gonna be chosen by Potato Pleb. Second map will be Loser's Choice. Second is Loser's Choice. So our first map will be Year Zero. I'll just remake the lobby and get out of the party. So let's just check if it's Central. Yeah, it is. And Year Zero, first map for a TVP. Pretty big map, really good for sky battles actually, since the rush distance is way closer in terms of No, not to party, sorry. Oh, Owen is elected not to join the lobby. Oh, those things kinda happens. Yeah, it's no big deal. It happens quite often. Okay, all good. So sadly we got a walkover by Potato Pleb versus Kaino. And we're ready to get into game 1 of our finals. Pretty quick day today, but I hope this is gonna get to the ace match, to the 5th match. I wanna see some dirty plays by both those players. We have seen Owen manage to hold really good that cannon rush, but who knows, maybe Potato will do some crazy proxies, or maybe Owen will. Who knows, who knows. And here we are, in the top left corner of Year 0, our green Terran, he is Potato Pleb. Spawning instead in the top right corner of Amon's map. He's over there as well. He is Owen. He's a Purple Protoss. Really good player. As you could see, he managed to get a smooth victory 2-0 versus Xeno, who's actually a really good player as well. So we'll see if we're gonna get something standard or not. Some scouting for both players. Barracks is in his base for Potato Pleb, so no proxy yet, I guess. Well, maybe Owen will try to do something. He always tries to deal some damage, to be just annoying overall with his probe here, patrolling inside Potato's base. And he tries to get this SCV, and it's gonna actually delay a little bit this barracks. Nice pull, nice micro overall. Another SCV has been called to shoo away this probe. So cybernetic core after gateway for Owen. Pretty standard here overall. A Reaper has been rallied to deal with this probe. No command center on the low ground for Potato Pleb. That actually just makes it anyway. Remembering he can lift buildings. So once again the probe is gonna get shooed away, but this SCV is actually getting really low, and the probe as well. You just can't manage to kill this SCV, and the Reaper actually is probably going to get it if it sees it. This probe is over here, a little bit cheeky, who knows. Maybe we'll see a proxy. Here, Stalker first. So we're probably not gonna see a Stargate. At least that's what usually happens. Reactor and factory starting for a Potato Pleb that wants to transition into some alien pressure. And this probe is just gonna go down. No proxy for Owen that loses his probe. So the Reaper is gonna get a full scout over here. Just a Stalker to delay it, but I think it's gonna be fast enough to actually get the whole deal. But even just scouting the Stalker first is actually a pretty big deal. Here, good micro by Owen that manages to get this Reaper. So another small scouting for proxies with this Marine. Here we have a Starport and the Tech Club. So maybe this will be a mech transition, sorry. Stalker is gonna shoo away the scouting SCV. So one worker loss for both the players. Still scouting for some cheeky proxies. Nothing to be found. This Stalker is just gonna get a small scout, some small damage, maybe get an SCV or two, or maybe not actually, since this bunker is already done. Just SCV dies. Really no big deal. Sorry. A Cyclone gets out for Potato Pleb, and I don't think Owen actually saw that, and he has no way to know what's happening inside his opponent base. So Medivacs and tanks right now. Blink has been researched in this moment. Well, no, it's actually just started. Nexus on the low ground, almost fully saturated, as well as Potato Pleb has just started making SCVs, but he has mules, so he can make up for this pretty quickly. So Robo Bay transition. We have 4 gateways right now for Owen, 2 already made and 2 on the making. You can actually start to do some damage to pressure a bit, but maybe, just maybe, Potato Pleb wants to avoid this at the start, at the beginning. A Liberator is gonna come out, another tank, 2 Marines. This Cyclone just gonna get into the Stalkers, and it's gonna die, it's gonna get sniped. Too bad, really too bad for Potato Pleb that loses a lot of his DPS. Goose Scan ahead. These Stalkers are well hidden, and Potato Pleb maybe just makes the smarter decision. He just decides to back away and get a bigger army. So Blink Stalkers are gonna walk through the map. This is a well hidden tank and Marines, but he first has to defend from this pressure. And who knows? I think, yeah. The tank is gonna get sniped. Blink has been used, but another tank will die actually. Those Blink Stalkers are really doing a great job at keeping his opponent at bay. Marines are a pretty good unit overall against Stalkers, but 2 SCV died, 2 tanks died. Not too bad. This is some nice early pressure on a really aggressive matchup overall. So Temper Archives is almost finished for Owen, that wants to transition probably into Archons and Storm. No research yet. The Liberator is not gonna deal some damage. Well, actually just to probe dice, but Combat Shield, +1 Bio and Stimpack is on the way, as well as Storm. This is gonna actually be the full transition into mid-game. All those upgrades are really gonna do some work in the next battles, in the battles to come. Blink Stalkers are actually a really good idea against those tanks, as well as a Ghost Academy. I didn't see this, actually. A Ghost Academy is a great idea to deal with Templars after the scout of the Temper Archives with the Liberator. Good scouting overall, but both those players, they really have good ideas on what to do overall. A scout here on both the third bases locations. He actually knows now his opponent is going for a third, and he wants to go for a third of his own. But this push with Stalkers is actually a bit scary. I think the tank is gonna go down. Oh, maybe not. I think he just has to retreat. Too many Marines. A Stalker has died basically for free. So he needs those higher tech units. The first Ghost is gonna get out really quickly for Potato. That there's really a good production going on for him. has really been good on workers and on spending overall. His third is gonna get denied. Storm has finished, but I really like the spot Potato is in right now. Goes Marines and tanks are just gonna shred through the army that Owen is actually making right now. Robo Bay is actually a really good idea, in my opinion, to counter this, but it probably needs a second facility. So pretty even overall, just 6 workers advantage for Potato Pleb, that is a really good macro player, and he just wants to establish a defensive position outside his base. So Colossi is a decision made by Owen, not disruptors, and I think it's actually a pretty clever decision. Zealots on the way too, as well as charge. This army is actually pretty scary. Lots of storms here. 5 High Templars with lots of storms. Another Ghost is on the make for Potato that he has started right now his second upgrades. Thermal Lance on the way for Owen, and both those players are just preparing to the big push. 2 Forges starting right now for Owen, a bit delayed, a bit too late, but he has made off with this huge army he has over here. Concussive shells are gonna be good against the Colossi and the Stalkers, well, Zealots as well, actually. But those are 2 scary armies, really scary armies. +2/+2 Marines are actually really strong. Some Marauders are gonna get into the mix too pretty soon. 4 Ghosts and 3 tanks. Maybe some more Medivacs? Yeah, he gets some more Medivacs that are really needed for this army to perform at its best. So Owen is gonna destroy these rocks to get a better engagement position and probably trying to deny this 4th base. Really good economy by Potato Pleb, but Owen as well has something going on for him. This is as well a really scary army. He tries to wall off right now and he manages to do so, but those Colossi are just gonna shred through this. Tanks are gonna get into position. It's actually a really good position. I think he's gonna deny a lot of this damage. Zealots get in, but it's not enough. I think a good EMP gets the whole army of Owen. Those Marines are really doing some job, but an excellent storm and another great storm. Really good storms here by Owen. They mix up for it with this excellent micro, and both those players lost basically everything they had. This was an incredible fight by those players that just dealt blow after blow to each other. Here Potato for a really aggressive push on the side. Those Ghosts, wow, what really good EMPs and really good storms. This has been an excellent fight by those players that just performed the best they could with those armies. Here +3 is going on for Potato Pleb actually. Really been on point with his economy and his upgrades until now. It's gonna do some damage to this base. The army by Owen is really far right now, and these Marines are probably gonna deny the whole mining of this base and are gonna destroy Nexus as well. Those probes are just gonna get away while the army of Owens tries to get here, and Potato Pleb runs away. Well done, really well done. An excellent macro game by those players. We're seeing something really good. This is a great matchup, Paimo. Really great matchup. TVP has so many strategies, so many good battles, micro battles. And here Owen probably wants to push again, this time with a bigger chunk of Zealots. To maybe tank those tanks shot, sorry. And he's moving out. +2 weapons midway done, +3 for Potato halfway done as well. He's gonna deny some production Nothing too big actually. These Marines are just gonna find a sweet spot to deal with the Zealots. A big storm actually gets the most of them. Ghost has died. The only Ghost Potato has died. He actually has to evac those barracks. The tank is gonna die as well, but he has another 2 Ghosts on the way. Colossi. Too many Colossi and Archons. Stalkers as well are just tanking through everything Potato is throwing at Owen. 16 workers have died. Production is going down as well. A good EMP, but too few Marines actually right here. The Archons has died, but the Ghost will die as well. Or maybe not actually. Potato decides to just dive into the Colossi. Tanks are doing a good job at keeping the opponent at bay. A few chunk of Marines are left, but they probably are gonna be enough to shoo away this army. Blow after blow for those players. A Viking here is gonna destroy the Colossus. And another Colossus is coming, but it's gonna die to the Viking as well. Well, actually, Stalkers get onto the Viking. Potato has just to fly away his whole production that was well established in between his 3rd and 4th base. This factory is gonna go down as well, while Owen actually has retaken his 4th base, and there's a bigger economy going on for him. But this Marines army is scary. Starport is going down. 4 more workers. Actually, a lot of workers have been killed by Owen this game. 32 and counting. 35. The 3rd base is gonna go down as well. This planetary fortress can do basically anything against those Colossi. But the Marines should get in right now, and they do. Gonna snap those Stalkers, and the Viking gets onto the Colossus. Another Colossus has just came through on the other side. No storm incoming. Colossus has died, the Viking is taking care of the other, but too many workers have been killed by Owen. 53 workers overall has died for Potato. That has really no economy actually right now. Just 8 mineral spots here and 6 over there. But this is a good job. The Colossus actually dealing some damage here overall. But he can just get into this production, tries to get some pylons, but too many things are dying. Stalkers gets the medivac, and the army supply of Potato Pleb is just plummeted through. He's gonna try to move out. This is basically an all-in, counting on his upgrades. But as soon as Owen's upgrades, the boys have been pulled. As soon as Owen's upgrades finished, there was basically nothing to do. Those Colossi really dealt so much damage. Here, big scans ahead, trying to set up a sieging position for his only tank. And it's a good one, actually, it's a really good one. SCVs on the other side prevent the Colossus on shooting on the Marines. But it's not enough. 25 workers just died. 8 workers per Potato Pleb, 24 supply to 116. And GG has been called. Great game by both those players. And Owen gets away with a good victory. But nothing has been really closed in this game. Potato Pleb actually showed he can stand toe to toe against his opponent. Great match. Really enjoyed it. What are the video maps? I actually don't remember. So, King's Cove and E0. So we're gonna go on New Repugnancy for a second match of this series. First time on New Repugnancy today, I think, or maybe second actually. So Owen is gonna get a small break. Really good games going on today. All three games have been really entertaining. At least for me, I don't know for the players, since there has been so much stress overall for Owen that had to deal with some crazy pressure by both Xeno and Potato Pleb. Did I invite? I think so. Yeah, I did. Yeah, all good. Small bug as always. And so we're getting into game 2 of our series. Again, Owen versus Potato Pleb on New Repugnancy. Not a short map. Well, E0 is not a short map, but this has been the third short map of the day. So here we are on New Repugnancy, and we have our green Terran spawning in the top right corner. His name is Potato Pleb. Instead, in the bottom left corner, we have our purple Protoss. His name is Owen. Going for his cheeky probe damage, as always. So a gas has been started by Potato Pleb. That is probably wanting to do some Reaper pressure once again, as pretty standard opening in all matchups. For, well, actually I didn't see this. No barracks in the main. Owen is gonna get a bit surprised by not seeing a barrack in his main base, and the gas and 2 gases being taken right now. He gets away as soon as he can, and he probably wants to react with another gateway. Here he's gonna get scattered, or maybe not actually. Owen is looking everywhere, but he actually won't see it. Another probe has been... Ooh, maybe the SCB will sell it though. Who knows? And the probe gets on the other side of the map. This has been really clever by Potato Pleb that wants to force a reaction by Owen. And actually here he's gonna see a factory, so he knows right now there's a barracks somewhere on the map, and he's gonna know soon by this Reaper coming into his base soon as well. But he actually didn't overreact. He gets his cybernetics core, he gets his nexus. Everything is going pretty standard in his build order. Again, Nerves of Steel by our English player. Some damage could actually be done here. A probe pool to shoo away the Reaper, and the barracks just flies down into the main. Attack club here. Once again, it could be some mech plays. Or maybe not, or maybe it's just there for Steampact and Combat Shield. Well, what's good after all of this is that Owen didn't overreact and is getting his standard build, his Nexus after Cybernetics Core, 2 gateways, another pylon. Really good count of workers for both players. And here we have a starport. So I think it's gonna be once again the same build as before. A small pressure with Cyclone, tanks and Marines. With maybe a Liberator in the main to close it all up. The Reaper is gonna try to get some scouting information as well into the main base of Owen, sorry, since there is this jump over here. So he sees basically everything. He sees the Twilight Council. It leaves a bit of mining time, but I think he's gonna lose the Reaper to those Stalkers well positioned by Owen. A really scary player to play against since he's so good at dealing with those kind of pressure. A Raven actually comes out from this starport. So Marines and maybe Hellions, or maybe another. Wait, it's a tech club. So yeah, it's gonna be the same push, but without medivacs. Twilight Council probably made him a little bit scary about Dark Templars, but actually what Owen wants to do here is get the pretty standard build opening that most Protosses are doing against Terran right now, getting Blink, some Immortals to deal with the mech pressure, and then transitioning into Storm. No Stargate to be seen, and I don't think we will have one this game. So, Banshee, Cloaked Banshee on the way, and the tank alongside these many Marines without a medivac. Really interesting choice by Potato Pleb that chooses to go all the way on aggression with that Banshee. But the Observer is gonna get out and Blink is gonna finish, so I don't think this Banshee can actually deal some serious damage. So going for a Banshee in TVP is actually really risky for the Terran, since it's a pretty huge investment and you can't actually deal with this kind of pressure. Did Owen see the Banshee? I don't think he did. Second micro here, and the Raven is gonna drop this turret to just shoo away the Stalkers. No Stalker is in the base of Owen right now. Some are being actually whooped in. Blink is finished but this Banshee could actually deal some damage. Shield Battery is gonna deny a lot actually, and it actually does. Here Blink Stalkers get in, the Observer is in position and he knows he just lost a whole bunch of resources. Here he tries to move out, he knows there are only Stalkers going on right now for Owen. A lot of shield batteries being dropped by a Protoss player that wants to defend this, and a good snipe on the Raven and on the Cyclones. Really good blink by Owen that actually gets a big advantage right now once again after this big push by Potato that wants to set up his bunkers, but Blink Stalkers can just deny this so quickly. SCVs have been sniped and the bunkers have just been cancelled. Once again he tries for those bunker outside Owen's base. Stalkers are getting easy kills and they actually blink into the Marine tank composition. Only this Banshee staying here with no Observer to be seen, but all of Potato Pleb's army has been cleared. Banshee as well is just gonna return to its base and back to macro. Some good aggression here from Potato Pleb, but a really good defense by Owen that once again proves is a really great defensive player. He knows when to attack and he knows how to defend. Really been on point for the whole tournament this far. So charge going on, Immortals 2 photon cannons and +1 ground. While at the same time, actually Potato Pleb is getting Stimpack and +1. No combat shield yet, so this Marine's gonna be a little bit glass cannony without a Medivac. Stalkers are trying to get some damage done. I don't think the tanks are actually positioned really good, or maybe they are, I don't know, I don't play Terran. Here the bunker's gonna get sniped, some Stalkers die, as well as supply depots. Here the tank gets a sweet spot to shoot onto the Immortal, and he gets a lot of damage. No shields yet for the Immortal, but there is not much going on for Potato Pleb right now. Just Marines upon Marines and no Medivac. I think he actually needs a Medivac right now to deflect this army. He tries to move out to set up a sieging position. Brave SCVs are gonna get sniped, have been pulled to defend the Marines. 7 SCV die, but here the Zealot gonna die as well, and this sieging tanks just gonna shred through the Stalkers and Immortals, and everything from Owen has died. Just some Zealots going on over here, and really a good economy after losing those many SCVs. 9 SCVs have been killed by Owen, and still they're pretty much even in economy. A third has been started and finished by Owen, but the army supply really doesn't do justice to our green Terran that has really deflected a huge attack, a really scary one as well. Attacking this position for him will be basically impossible, but if he can manage to hold this many attacks as well, I think he can get into a better position. Lots of Stalkers, Immortals and Zealots, but the army of Owen the army of Potato Plebs is well prepared for deflecting that kind of push. So I think Owen is actually preparing to attack again, counting on his upgrades. Mule's gonna get a big economy for Potato Pleb that actually has an income advantage right now. A small one, he actually doesn't anymore. So big economy going on from both players. Again, Colossi for Owen is the choice. Plus the weapons this time is on time, while +1 armor is almost done for a Terran Bio. This is a really good defensive position set up by Potato Pleb. They really has thought this ahead of time with really good tank positioning and bunkers that can shoot to one another. Really well done by Potato Pleb. I really like this defensive position actually. It's gonna defend his economy really good. Even though Thermal Lance is almost done, another Colossus will bring the count to 3. Here, pretty brave 4th base is going on by Potato Pleb. He's actually gonna get a planetary fortress, but if Owen does scout it, it will just go down. So a good scout by Potato Pleb that actually sees the 4th base of Owen, and he knows there are Colossus involved because he scouted the main and has seen the Robo Bay at work. This Marine is gonna get a full scout on the opponent's army, and Owen just wants to deal with his planetary fortress and cripple the economy of his opponent. So good defensive position over here, but Potato Pleb 3rd base, 4th base is just gonna go down. Again, the tanks are sieged in another position to shoo away the opponent while at the same time, and this is really a strong point of Potato Pleb, a drop is going to get into Owen's 4th base. Again, dealing blow after blow to each other, those two players. So +3 on the way for Owen, as well as +1 armor and storm. And here we are with another ghost transition. These Marines doing some damage over here, but I don't think they actually will be able to snipe it. So they are gonna get denied, but at the same time a really good decision by Potato Pleb that is just gonna destroy the economy of Owen. 21 workers died right now and he just gets away with a Nexus kill. Oh, actually the blink by the Stalkers. A whole bunch, and here the sieging position is just gonna get denied really quickly by those Stalkers. A good army by Owen is too scary for Potato Pleb that actually has a lot going on as well. Owen wants to push right now into this bastion made by Potato Pleb. So the bunker is gonna deal some damage. Oh, maybe not actually. It goes down so fast. Good EMP, another good EMP, and another good EMP by those ghosts. No shield at all for all these Stalkers. But the Colossi, 5 Colossi are just gonna deal so quickly with this ball of bio. Zealots are here to tank for those big hitting units. 26 workers died. Once again, the production of Potato Pleb is basically crippled. The Observer is in a good spot, the tank gets killed. And here, once again, Owen with an excellent push with Stalkers, Zealots, Immortals, and Colossi denies the whole army of Potato Pleb that is forced to GG out of the game. Owens leading the score 2-0. Well done by Owen. Once again, those players, some really good aggression on the 4th base and some really good deflection in every situation, in every possible attack. Especially, I really like the way Owen is dealing. It's a loser's choice again. I really like the way Owen is dealing with those early pushes by Potato Pleb. That could be really scary for most players. We've seen in WCS those bunkers and sieging position outside of the opponent's base. And our third map will be Cyber Forest. Potato Pleb wanting to get back into the series, while Owen wants to just close it away and get a 3-0, a clean sweep after the 2-0 in the semis versus Xenodactyl. No, perché? Small mistakes. So we have our players in the lobby. Let's see if they're ready. And they are ready. We're hopping into game 3 of the series on Cyber Forest. As I said, Owen wants to close the deal right now, right here on this map. Who knows? Last week we had Sashamon versus Kaino in the finals, and Kaino actually got the win after being in the losing position 2-0, the same way Potato is. And so, wait, a pause has been called. No, I have no way how to deal with this. And here we are, back into the game after a small pause, no big deal. Here we have in the top left corner of Cyber Forest, maybe already going for a proxy. Again, this is a good position for proxies. We have our Green Terran. He is Potato Pleb. Once again in the bottom right corner of Cyber Forest, this is our Purple Protoss. He is Owen. So a bit of a proxy here. Barracks. Reapers are really good in this map because they can climb here and here. Yeah, the probe wants to deal some damage as always. Scouts the double gas, gets into his base. Last game we actually saw Owen didn't overreact to this. Wait, what are all those? Scouting for proxies, actually. Instantly scouting, and he will instantly see the barracks going on for Potato Pleb over here. Really good scouting by Owen. Actually, Potato Pleb wants to hide once again something, or maybe not. Well, what's gonna be the reaction? Cybernetical. He sees there's actually only one barracks, while in his base is going for a factory. Really a small deal. Once again, Potato Pleb with the same build he did on New Repugnancy, just to scare his opponent a little bit. So here we have the Chronobus on the Stalker. But maybe he's gonna get some worker kills with this Reaper. One has gone down. The Reaper tax is gonna get paid. He's gonna get another worker and get out of Owen's base thanks to these easy positions. 8 HP, and the barracks is just flying back to this base. Soccer is trying to find the Reaper, or actually wants to scout. Yeah, this is where it's clicking. He wants to scout if there's something else, and he actually realizes there's nothing going on for Potato Pleb. That actually has to delay a little bit his low ground command center. Starport, I think he's gonna get scouted by Owen, but just to make sure. Yeah, he saw that. Who knows if he clicked it? So it's trying to wall off on the low ground this reactor next to his barracks. Once again, Potato Pleb rocking this build. Reactor on this factory, on his barracks, sorry. This Stalker is actually going to deal some damage. The second gets out right now. A really good micro by Potato Pleb that actually avoids the Stalkers. The Stalkers trying to get the Cyclones, but they actually can't. So nothing's going on yet for Owen. Another gateway, and Twilight Council is the tech choice of our Purple Protoss. At the same time, as I said, we have the same build as before, the same build as game 1, Cyclone tanks, Mediocs and Marines without upgrades. Against Stalkers, want to deal some damages. A worker dies, but so will this Stalker to the lock-on of the Cyclone. Really good micro by Potato Pleb that sadly loses one worker. It's not gonna be a big deal. Blink starting once again for Owen. Those two players really have some solid build choice going on in their mind. So I think it's gonna be once again Stalkers, Immortals, Colossi with some charge lots as well. Once again we see this push. This time it's gonna be a bit sooner, I think, by Potato Pleb that actually has a big armor supply, 22 army to 8, 10 workers down, and maybe more after these SUVs will get into the fight. So they're gonna probably meet halfway here. The Reaper is gonna see ahead those Stalkers and the tank can just siege on the high ground, while nice sieging spot, and the tank is gonna deal a huge amount of damage. A small volley on the Cyclone, but those Stalkers are just to go back to the base and find their high ground. This Medivac is gonna be key to this push. Another tank is joining the rest of Potato Pleb's army, while some Marines as well are going straight through into Owen's base, a pioneer, to scout for some drops. And the Immortal has been chrono boosted, the Blink's almost finished. The Cyclone is actually gonna get killed once again. Good snipe by Owen. Few Marines are not gonna deal with this many Stalkers, and he's just gonna leave everything here. Potato Pleb has to catch the rest of his army and go back. Well, 8 probes have died actually. This Liberator, I didn't see it at all. 11 probes dying over here. Incredible damage dealt by Potato Pleb. I didn't actually notice, and so didn't Owen, that actually just sees that. While the Stalkers are all the way through to the other side of the base, this Liberator is really well positioned, but a nice blink gets on top of it. These Marines are trying to deal with this. The SCVs have been pulled, and they will actually deal with the remaining Stalkers that will just blink away. Some nice damage has been done by both those players. 42 workers by Potato Pleb against the 37 by Owen that already has a base going on for him. A lot of mining time has been delayed as well with the Liberator by Potato Pleb, and only just now has been killed by Owen that starts mining again from his base. So a bit of a shaky defense by both those players. A lot of workers have been dying for both sides for the whole game basically, and the whole SCV's plan has been pulled. He just wants to close the deal right here, right now. This is a huge amount of SCVs, no Medivac, so nothing to heal those poor souls. There's not too much going on for Owen as well though. Just a lot of Stalkers and some Immortals. So he's actually committing all he has into this push. A scan ahead, SCVs are dying. Those shield battles doing some work, but this is a lot of Marines that actually gonna get the Immortals down pretty quickly. And here we have a small army of SCVs and Marines dealing with the more advanced Protoss army, but it's not gonna be enough. Stalkers and Immortals are pushing ahead, and everything Potato Pleb has been cleared. 22 SCVs have been killed. All his army is just going through the map, dying one after one. I think Owen has actually done it once again. Bring Stalkers ahead, trying to get the Medivac, trying to get those Marines. Potato Pleb retires to his base, knowing Mules could probably do some miracles, but I don't think that even a miracle will be enough to shoo away this push right now. Forge starting for Owen. The scouts the Medivac and actually wants to blink forward probably to delay this. Ooh, not a good blink, not a good blink. Some damage will be done by Potato Pleb with this drop. At the same time, Owen pushing right here with the whole army here. Owen saving those Stalkers and those Warpins to get the Medivac. The Medivac dies, but so will the Stalkers. At the same time, on the other side of the map, this is a bit of a sieging position. 3 probes dying over here. Not too bad. Probes have been pulled, but they're gonna die more and more and more. 8. Overall 9. For such a small effort attack, this is a huge number of probes dying. 11 probes. Look at the workers kill count. 29 workers killed by Owen and 25 workers killed by Potato Pleb. This game has been a bloodbath this far. the army of Owen is actually gonna get scouted by those Marines and this can, but it's not enough. Potato Pleb keeps on pushing with these Marines. The SCV, the tank on the high ground, actually, he just GG's out of the game. The army of Owen was too big, his economy was too far ahead, and he just has to tap out after the big all-in. And ladies and gentlemen, we have our champion. It's Owen. With a clean sweep, 5 games, not a single map has been dropped by this player. It's just too bad that didn't play, but I think it's gonna be alright. He's gonna play the next week. Really good performance by Owen, really good performance by Potato Pleb at the end of this tournament. So Owen will get his prize. And it's a deserved one. He really played it out of his mind, deflecting every single aggression that has been done to him the whole game. Well, the whole 5 games actually. He's always been on the defensive side and always been able to deflect everything. Really well done by our Produce champion. And well, I think it's over for tonight. I think this is all. It's gonna be fun and quick to do this again next week. I hope you can all join me once again to see those really good players fight in the arena. And well, we have a champion. We're gonna see him next week too. We're gonna probably see Kaino next week since he couldn't play today. And this is all. I'm Akontistas and thanks for watching.